If you're still running Windows 11 on your SATA SSD, you might be leaving a lot of performance on the table. At least that's what many say, and in theory, it's true. That's why today I'm going to clone my existing Windows installation from a SATA SSD to a significantly faster and more modern NVMe SSD. Of course, we'll also do a direct comparison before and after the upgrade to determine whether or not the upgrade from SATA to NVMe actually made a difference and by how much actually. Does Windows run faster, and are data transfers and app launches really as fast and noticeable as people say, or are these figures mainly impressing on paper? We'll be cloning from a SATA SSD to an NVMe drive using the well-known EaseUS Disk Copy software. Therefore, no reinstall, no reconfiguration whatsoever is needed. All that will be required is removing and installing the respective SSDs. By the way, I'd like to clearly point out that this video is sponsored by EaseUS. The developer, however, does not influence the video's content whatsoever, though. I'll put the link to the Disk Copy tool into the video description for you. Now to get started, I'd like to briefly introduce you to my existing SATA SSD with Windows 11 installed on it. It's a 2TB SSD, and the task manager clearly shows that it's a SATA drive. Before we perform our upgrade, here's a quick speed test of the SATA SSD. Later, I'll show you a direct side-by-side comparison of different scenarios and examples, including how quickly applications actually launch and how long it takes for Windows to fully boot up. My current SSD delivers pretty much exactly what you'd come to expect from SATA. Now, let's shut the system down. For the upgrade, we want to move to an NVMe SSD. To carry over Windows onto that new drive without having to reinstall anything, we'll simply clone the SATA SSD to the faster NVMe SSD. For the cloning process, we could either move on and go for an external connection via USB using an SSD enclosure, or install the new NVMe SSD internally right away, which I would actually recommend, as this saves us further steps down the line. Once the NVMe SSD is installed in the PC, let's double check and make sure Windows detects the SSD. If so, we can begin preparing for the cloning process. As a matter of fact, there's plenty of cloning software available. Many do a great job. Some are completely free, while others is paid software. Since Disk Copy by EaseUS is quite user-friendly for beginners, and the developer is actually sponsoring today's video, I'll in fact go with Disk Copy. This software package is not free though. I'd like to make that clear right away. So let's go ahead and download and install it for now. A short while later, Disk Copy is already starting up and detected our newly installed drive, the NVMe SSD. We are immediately offered the option to migrate our operating system to the new SSD. By confirming, we proceed to the very first step. It's best to double check that it really is the newly installed SSD. In my case, it is. The next step is to choose the drive layout. In my case, I'm actually upgrading from a 2TB drive to a 1TB one. So in terms of sheer capacity, it's a downgrade, but in terms of speed, it's an upgrade. I would recommend leaving the setting on autofit unless you have very specific requirements. And as I mentioned earlier, EaseUS Disk Copy is not a free tool. A license key is required to proceed with the actual clone job. Once we've entered the key, we can proceed. We are explicitly warned that all the data on the target drive, in this case our NVMe SSD, will be erased. We are aware of that and now need to exercise a bit of patience. Depending on how much data needs to be cloned from your SATA SSD to the NVMe drive, this may take a while. In my case, it was a pretty quick clone. Once the cloning process is complete, we are offered the option to automatically set the boot order for the new SSD. I personally prefer to do this manually, but actually we wouldn't need to do this today since we'll be removing the old SATA SSD anyway. So we choose option number 2 and select Reboot later. We can now close EaseUS Disk Copy, but instead of restarting the PC, we'll go ahead and shut it down completely. As mentioned earlier, we can now disconnect and remove the old SATA SSD from the system. Then we power on the PC and boot into the UEFI BIOS just to double check that the boot order is indeed correct. On modern devices, the boot order is usually taken care of automatically, but I mean, it's always good practice to check for yourselves first. Obviously, Windows 11 boots up normally without any changes. We are in fact already booting off the new NVMe SSD. Cloning was therefore a complete success. Now let's get to the promised before and after comparisons regarding the respective speeds. How much of a difference does such an upgrade from SATA to NVMe really make? It must be mentioned here, though, that not all NVMe SSDs should be lumped together, especially since there are different speeds available for such SSDs. For instance, we could be looking at PCIe 3.0, 4.0, and even 5.0, and then there are variations when it comes to the number of lanes each interface is designed to run with. All of that heavily impacts the final speed and performance of such NVMe SSDs, and therefore one should be cautious when it comes to generalizing NVMe SSDs. That's why I specifically chose to use an older and slower NVMe SSD for today's example to illustrate the difference compared to a SATA SSD. My NVMe SSD's interface is PCIe 3.0 x4. In the theoretical speed test Crystal Disk Mark, a performance increase of a whopping 545% is measurable for sequential reading. For writing, the increase is an impressive 633%. But do these almost unbelievably high performance leaps translate to real-life applications? Starting with the Windows 11 boot, while there isn't a huge increase in speed, it's still noticeable. In my case, thanks to the installed NVMe SSD, Windows boots up 4 seconds faster. Now, once I start up an application, such as Cinebench 2024, we are almost twice as fast compared to the SATA SSD. And by launching the next application, Corona 10 Benchmark, we realized that not every program or application out there benefits as much from a fast NVMe SSD. Still, we were able to shave off another 2 seconds. In the final application V-Ray 6 benchmark, I observed a 6-second faster startup with the NVMe SSD. But the biggest performance uplift in practice is measured primarily during large data transfers, in this case with an ISO file over 7 GB in size. We completed the transfer with the NVMe SSD in a matter of lightning-fast 2 seconds, while the SATA SSD took 18 seconds. Both are great results, but the speed difference is truly immense, we have to admit. Conclusion. The upgrade from SATA to NVMe has clearly resulted not only in measurable but also noticeable performance gains. While not equally as noticeable in all areas and use cases, it's all the more significant in others such as data transfers. And for those who want to easily carry over Windows, applications and games from their old SSD to the new one without reinstalling, cloning software is the best option. The choice of which one you end up using is up to you. There are plenty of options available. As we saw again today, EaseUS Disk Copy is extremely easy to use, making it particularly suitable for beginners. Cloning is done in just a few clicks, no technical knowledge required whatsoever. If you'd like to use Disk Copy yourselves, I've put the link into the video description. How many of you still have Windows on your SATA SSD? For those of you who did switch to NVMe a while ago, have you noticed a real-life performance boost or not? If you enjoyed the video, I'd greatly appreciate a like, but feel free to express your opinion with a dislike as well. With that being said, thank you all for watching, and until the next one.